anyway, I'm just a bit phased. I thought I started my video and I was talking for ages and then I realised the camera wasn't running properly. I'm just going to talk a little bit. I've had quite major spiritual oppression from demonic oppression since they've opened the CERN portal, and even starting a couple of days before that they started attacking me worse. When you do a lot of drugs and have mental illness like I have, I was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, then they changed it to schizo-effective disorder, which is bipolar and schizophrenia. I've also had chronic severe depression, often felt like I wanted to die, done a few half-hearted attempts, and it was just because I didn't know Yahshua, Jesus, and I took a lot of drugs. Jesus got me off many drugs, including heroin, methadone, and the worst drug of all, I think, marijuana. There's some good connection why so many Rastafaris are deceived that a man, Selassie, King Selassie of Ethiopia, was Christ in his kingly character. I found a video of him saying that he was not, that he was just a mortal man. He would be replaced by the oncoming generation and everything. And now I testify to the Rastafaris because I was once one of them, and I believed in other wrong religions as well, but I've been awakened, I've repented, and I've been forgiven. So there's hope for anyone. And also, when you live a life of sin and rebellion, sin attracts demons. It was only when Jesus took on our sins at the cross that Satan could attack him. Before that, Satan couldn't get him. Remember the 40 days in the wilderness? He tried to tempt him 3 times, and Jesus overcome every time with scriptures. That's what I battle with. I scale back scriptures, and I fast and pray, worship a lot, because he inhabits the praises of his people. So this is just a bit of a personal message I sent one of my Christian friends on CBM. This is what's been happening with me personally the last week or so, and then I'll read a little bit more of the scientific information and other people's views, and who's funding the Rockefellers that's funding the CERN Corporation, because it's since CERN, and that's the big particle. I'll explain that in a minute. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Obviously, since I've had a lot of drug addiction and mental illness, I find it very hard to explain myself, but I still think I should be making these videos because there's other people that are not perfect, that are still going through the being reborn stages, and that have mental illness and drug addiction and other things, and think that they are beyond hope. And I want to give those people hope that no matter how damaged you are, Jesus can restore you. And let's remember there are also other people with trauma who attract demons, who have been traumatized, especially abused children, and those involved in satanic rituals through their parents, often through no fault of their own. And these people are heavily attacked by demons, so always pray for them, find out about them so you can help them. I've been so very bad with demonic oppression. It got worse a week or so ago, and I was getting depressed and self-pitying a little again. Then I got better. Then on Friday last week, before this Friday, I took too much Tramadol. It's a painkiller the doctor gives me, but it's very strong for arthritis. It's got opiate in it, which is a weaker type of heroin. I didn't want to die, I don't think, because I know hell is real, of course, but I just wanted to relax my mind and block out the voices. I went to bed, and my ex-spirit husband attacked me in my dream, but it was so cool he could not get near me, as Yahshua, that's Jesus, was protecting me. I was so happy, even though I had done wrong, taking many drugs and weakened myself to demon possession. He still protected me like a father. I didn't keep the Robert Clancy fast that weekend, how wicked, but I managed to fast Monday and Tuesday. Then on Wednesday the 5th they opened up the CERN portal again. Have you heard of it? A lot of Christians are talking about it, the informed ones. Most of the church pastors, except a few like Robert Clancy and others, don't know about it. Like the Bible warns, in the end times most of the world, sadly including Christians, will be blind. It's in Switzerland, bordering France. It's a massive cylinder where they are doing satanically influenced scientific experiments with witchcraft, trying to find the God particle, as they call it, though they don't believe in the God of creation of Genesis in the Bible, who created the earth in 6 days and commanded us to rest on the 7th day, Saturday, the Sabbath. They are trying to find what caused the Big Bang, the false science, the false creation they teach in school. They have particle accelerators and all kinds of things I don't understand. And when they try to open these gateways, it creates portals in the spiritual world, and more demons come through. So the demonic oppression got off the charts. It was terrible. I really thought they were going to kill me and drag me to hell, like Sister, I'll leave her name out, said they told her they were going to do to me when she watched my YouTube video, and they were all around me. She's got like spiritual sight, but I'm better now. I had the best Sabbath ever Friday night and Saturday. It just takes me a 2 or 3 hour to get back into the spirit of things in the morning and get into my prayers and worship and Bible properly. I start worshipping as soon as I wake up. I just need to smoke lots and drink lots of Coke and coffee, which I'm addicted to again. That's Coca-Cola, obviously, not cocaine. I never liked cocaine. I can't stand sniffing it. But I did used to do a lot of crack. Not now, I just hate it. Okay, and then this is from Robert Counts' channel. It's only 2:52 minutes. It's titled CERN Plans to Open Demonic Portals, July the 5th, 2022. I'll put the link in the box. It has it details who's behind the conspiracy theories, who's behind CERN, who's paying for it, the Rockefeller Foundation, and if you're donating money to them in America, it goes to Switzerland. I can't get it to play for some reason, so I'm just going to put the link in the box. And remember, it's only 2:52 minutes, and it's important to know who's funding these things, because it just proves, obviously the world didn't end like some people said, but I think it could be that the black horse has started to ride, not the black horse, the red horse of war. I'm not saying it has started to ride. Obviously things are still quite peaceful, though there's more and more school shootings and shooting of innocent black men in the streets in America by the police, and all kinds of crazy stuff going on. It's Pride Month and the LGBTQ are going crazy, but always remember to pray for them, because I've had sexual perversion. I had a spirit man. I never had lesbian tendencies, I just didn't, but I had lots of boyfriends and bad things, and now I have no sexual desires whatsoever. And I've seen YouTube videos of gay and lesbian people, especially one black lesbian who really loved Jesus but just couldn't give up her woman, and then Jesus just said, I'll change you, and he changed her, and now she's happily married and has a baby. So I'll put the link into this site, so it's called Spiritual Meanings, CERN's July 5th. There's a video, and this is the saying: people think the world will end. A conspiracy theory has taken over social media that the world is going to end today as the CERN collider, sorry, I can't even say that, is going to open a huge black hole that will end all life on Earth. It all stems from the fact that CERN revealed that the formation of tiny quantum black holes may be possible after July the 5th. This led many conspiracy theorists to claim that a huge black hole will form and wipe out the world. However, the LHC will not generate black holes in the cosmological sense, and the test is perfectly safe, CERN says. There are 2 types of black holes, one that forms in space where stars collapse on themselves at the end of their lives, and particles produced in the collisions of pairs of proteins. Obviously the world didn't end, and these conspiracy theorists are giving us a bad name, and they haven't read the Bible. Like I say, I'm not saying the red horse has ridden, but I saw on Truth Unedited latest video, which I also put the link into. I'd highly recommend him. He's one of the black Hebrews, and he accepts other people. He keeps the law like I'm trying to. And him and Damien Powell, my favourite, and Gabriel of Christ Church are my favourite Hebrew Israelites on YouTube. They really are. They've helped me so much watching their teachings. And once I'm in England, I went to the UK, London, Gathering of Christ Church. I was the only white person there, and they were all so kind to me. They really were. It was lovely. I didn't go back again because then I got crazy again and started believing in Selassie again, to my shame. I'm just laughing at how ridiculous I am. I'm not mocking God. God's using me now to mock Satan, saying he can't even keep me away from Jesus, and look how wicked and evil and deceived I was. And I pray for the Rastafaris and testify to them on YouTube as much as I can. But what I think happened is that he's starting to ride, because on Unedited Truth he said when the red horse rides, which Beyonce and others has been doing in the artwork for her album covers and that, like mocking Christ, saying we know the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are coming but we're not bothered, or something like that. It's just disgusting. As he said that the world will get really violent, and it's going to be spiritual violence, and we can see this in the school shootings in America, the mass killings, the shooting of unarmed black men by the police, the militancy and trying to burn abortion clinics, and the LGBTQ, because it's Pride Month, and the things they're doing in schools. My 10-year-old granddaughter in England just went to school, last week, and all the children didn't want to do it, and they were forced to do sex education, and it's more like perversion education training. It really was, some of the things they were taught. And she had quite a traumatic experience of it, because she was hurt a little bit a long time ago, and she had some therapy, but they said she couldn't remember it properly, and we're scared it's coming back. And in America it's even worse what they're doing to the children, so please pray for our children. But I was feeling really, really violent. I was getting so violent. I'm at my daughter's now, but and I have 4 grandchildren, and I was scared to come because I kept hearing Satan say, I'm going to get you to hurt your children, your grandchildren. And I told my daughter on the phone, and she just said, Jesus is with us. And obviously she was here. Now I'm on my own. She's just took my granddaughter to school, and Yahshua promised me I'd be all right. I didn't hear him in words, I never do, but I just felt his presence reassuring me, and I was all right. I was fine. In fact, I said to my little granddaughter, age 4, who's just gone to nursery, this is the best day I've ever had with you, sweetheart. And it really was. And my back wasn't even hurting. I managed to play on the floor with her, whereas normally with my arthritis. Sorry, I'm rambling. No one wants to know about my private life, do they? So I'm just saying, I was getting, that's what I feel like. It's going to be spiritual violence. And we know that inflation in England is over 10%. They're spending as much money as they can. The financial powers that be behind the economies of the world have had 2 massive meetings, worldwide meetings recently in the last few months, saying they want to bring in a one world economy. We know by the book of Revelations that the Antichrist brings in a one world order, one world economy, one world government, one world religion. And I always used to think that was very cool. I always was against capitalism and give big government. I always thought the answer to oppression, racism, poverty, the third world, the disparity between what they call the first world and the third world, especially Africa, who I know used to have great kingdoms like Timbuktu of learning and that, while Europe was in the dark ages and everything, was socialism and anarchism. But now I know the only answer is Yahshua HaMashiach. So I pray for the government, because he tells us to in the Bible, but we mustn't obey the laws that are against God. That's always been clear. That's why I refuse to take this fake antidote for corona. It's not even the proper antidote. They had to change the name of vaccine to market it, and it's diabolical. And Christians are speaking out about it, including scientists and doctors, but they get called fake news and shut down. I hope this video doesn't get shut down, because I think they just check everything for saying it. I don't know, maybe they don't check the small videos, I'm not sure. I better shut up now. So like I explained at the beginning, my head's not very good to make videos, and Satan tries to attack me. I think I'll just leave it at that. I was going to do something at, oh yeah, this is the post that I made, a video that I put on prayerrequest.com. That's a really good site if you need prayers. And also it has really good blogs, and the people are quite open-minded. You can post anything there, whereas a lot of channels are trying to stop, even Christian channels are trying to stop you talking about the snake bite, you know, the virus and CERN and things like that.
This live.
Oh, this is a video.
I have done videos about CERN several times. If you don't know, it's a group of, scientists in Switzerland. Okay, and one of the first things from the very jump that I want to point out to you, if you haven't seen it before, if you look at the logo, it looks like 3 6s. All right, just take a look at that. So right from the jump, I feel like symbolism is important. I feel a lot of people often, because they don't want...
That's quite a good video. That's 8:54 minutes long, so I'll put the link to that in. And this is what he says about it. Will CERN open a black hole and find the dark matter they're looking for? Do witches know something about CERN on July the 5th that we don't? Is CERN demonic? Will they open a portal to demons? Yes, they definitely did. It's obviously opening quite slowly. It's probably going to get worse. That's why we need to fast and pray. Jesus said, Yahshua said, some evil spirits do not come out except with a prayer and fasting. I find fasting really hard, but even if you can just do it for a few days and then just fast through the day, or just juice fast, that's what I do a lot of, especially in this hot weather. Are we going, this is back to him now, are we going too far with conspiracy theories? Why do scientists continue to try to play God when science is used to try to prove God isn't real? That is the spirit of the Antichrist. And then this is what some people on prayer request have said. yeah, possibly they could open something up or bring destruction, which doesn't scare me. I have Jesus. Oh, God bless him. Oh, and this is really sad, but people in general are playing God. Gang stalkers are doing this, but they aren't God. They don't have no rights to do to people what they do, raping little kids, women and men, and tell lies about people to get people to follow them so they may kill them or something. Mass shootings are there doing too. Thanks for the video. If anyone doesn't know about gang stalking, you can look it up on the internet. I thought it was happening to me, but it wasn't. I actually was paranoid schizophrenic, but I looked it up and done a lot of research, and I really believe it's happening to some people. Satan can whisper thoughts in your head. Most Christians are aware of this, and how much more can he do it to the non-believers and make them talk about you or even attack you or something? He doesn't have as much power, but he's getting more and more. As we know, God is giving him the power to do this, and he's going to give him more and more just for a short time and everything. But let's remember, a higher, the great I am, is still on the throne. And there's also a thing called voice to skull, that's from the CIA, and they can implant thoughts into your minds. There's actually a lawsuit being done, and they have a bit of evidence. Oh, and this is what I replied to the lawsuit class action. Shalom. Yes, I'm pretty sure they did. I felt the spiritual warfare really increase. I hope you are okay. I have been praying for you most days, and others going through these modern day tribulations of gang stalking and voice to skull. Have you seen this? Some people are trying to start a lawsuit. I know here in England they attacked one of the women leaders of the peace marches and activists with the energy directed weapons. They're like microwave weapons. I'm pretty sure I've been attacked with them. Or it could just be Satan himself, I don't know, but for years I felt them. And she successfully sued. Here is the link if you're interested. So I'll put the whole article in. So if you want the link to the lawsuit class action, go to the prayer request link and just scroll down the comments. I'm going to leave it at that because I don't like to make my videos too long, because I'm pretty sure they're quite boring. 17 minutes, longest video I've ever made. Oh, one more thing I was just going to say. This is a really good book of Psalms for worshipping God, for getting closer to him. It's translated from the Hebrew, and it's a modern English translation. It's from the Passion Translation, and it's subtitled Poetry on Fire. So it's slightly different from the King James Version, which I'm used to. But I do believe it's God inspired, and it has interesting footnotes. So I'm just going to read Psalm 91, which I've been praying a lot for spiritual protection. And when I go to bed, I actually leave the book open on my pillow, open next to Psalm 91, and it really has been helping. I haven't got it right now, but normally I write the Hebrew name of God on my arm, like just with marker or something. I don't get tattoos anymore because it says in the Bible we shouldn't have tattoos, but I do write his name. I used to think it was blasphemous because he's holy and I'm not, but now I feel it is alright. It's more like he's holy and his name is protection for me, so I do that if that might help anyone. Psalm 91, safe and secure. When you sit enthroned under the shadow of El Shaddai, Almighty God, you are hidden in the strength of God, or a higher, that's his name for I am, Most High, or El Elyon. He's the hope that holds me and the stronghold to shelter me, the only God, or Elohim, for me and my great confidence. He will rescue you from every hidden trap of the enemy, and he will protect you from false accusation and any deadly curse. As translated from the most ancient Hebrew manuscripts and the Septuagint, the Hebrew word can also mean poison arrows, which is what it says in the King James, doesn't it? Poison arrows, arrows that fly by day. His massive arms are wrapped around you, protecting you. You can run under his cover of majesty and hide. His arms of faithfulness are a shield, keeping you from harm. You will never worry about an attack of demonic forces at night, nor have to fear a spirit of darkness coming against you. Don't fear a thing, whether by night or by day. Demonic danger will not trouble you, nor will the powers of evil launched against you. For a higher will keep you safe and secure. They won't lay a hand on you. Even in a time of disaster, with thousands and thousands being killed, you will remain unscathed and unharmed. You will be a spectator as the wicked perish in judgment, for they will be paid back for what they have done. And I know that because I know some of the chastisements I'm going through are because of my wicked ways. And it says in the Bible, I think it's Corinthians, For when we are judged, we are chastened of Elohim, that we should not be condemned with this world. So it's better to go through judgment now, and God starts to show you the wickedness in your own heart, because the Bible also says something like this, and who the heart is wicked and deceitful beyond all thought, who can know it, or something like that. I can't remember exactly, sorry, I haven't got my notebooks with me because I'm at my daughter's. I'll just finish this quickly. When we live, for they will be paid back for what they have done. When we live our lives within the shadow of Elohim, our Elion, the Most High, our secret hiding place, we will always be shielded from harm. How then could evil prevail against us, or disease infect us? The highest sends malaks, angels, with special orders to protect you wherever you go, defending you from all harm. If you walk into a trap, they'll be there for you, and keep you from stumbling. You'll even walk unharmed among the fiercest powers of darkness, trampling every one of them beneath your feet. For here is what Adonai, that's the Lord, has spoken to me. Because you have delighted in me as my great lover, I will greatly protect you. I will set you in a high place, safe and secure before my face. I will answer your cry for help every time you pray, and you will find and feel my presence, even in your time of pressure and trouble. I will be your glorious hero and give you a feast. You will be satisfied with a full life and with all that I do for you will enjoy the fullness of my salvation. And that is so true, what it says there, and you will find and feel my presence, even in your time of pressure and trouble. And I pray a lot for the persecuted Christians and read about them, and they go through so much: imprisonment, kidnapping, rape, torture, all kind of things, death, families taken, and they still love God because they feel his presence even in the midst of great turmoil. And that's what happened to me. These terrible things, spiritual warfare that has happened to me beyond all measure of what I've ever experienced the last few days, has just increased my faith and increased my relationship with Yahshua, with Jesus. So it's just worked out for good. For all things turn to good for those who love a higher, for those who are the called according to their purpose. I didn't used to think that could possibly be me, but I really think it must be. So Satan has just totally messed up, oppressing me. I hope I can manage to stay strong in my faith, and that you all can. Oh, if anyone wants a copy of this book and doesn't have any money, if you have proof that you're a refugee, or that you're on benefits like I am, or welfare it's called in America, send me a message. I'll put my email in the thing, and I'll send you a copy to wherever you are, even if it's in America, because I sent my friend a second-hand copy and it wasn't too much. And I got my welfare check today. I'm on disability benefit myself, so I know what it's like not to have much money. Okay, take care everyone. Love you. Bye.